Hello and welcome to a prospecting video. In today's video we are going to be showcasing a new build which is focused on size boost and look. Now you might be wondering why this build is needed in the game to have size boost and look. It's because some items are very hard to get, such as exotics. And to get high-sized exotics, you actually need quite a bit of luck as well. So right now, I am going to be showcasing a look and size hybrid museum and equipment build. Now, I do have a couple of images to show you. I will leave both of the images I'm going to show in the description down below. And this is what the build looks like. Now, this is the look and size build. So on this little graph right here, we have the commons, the uncommons, the rares, the epics, the legendaries, the mythics, and the exotic you need for the museum. And it also shows you what equipment you need with and without Pumpkin Lord. Because Pumpkin Lord, if you didn't know, was an equipment piece during the Halloween event. But the Halloween event was a long time ago now, so not many people do have the Pumpkin Lord. So you can replace the Pumpkin Lord with the Time Lock Soul. And then with the Santa's bag that came in during the Christmas event, if you don't have the Santa's bag, then just use the Venom Shank. You might have to work quite hard to get these equipment pieces, but once this build is complete, it is absolutely amazing. Now for the pan and shovel, you want to use the Cosmic Blight Flow pan. And then for shovels, you either want to use the Candy Cane shovel or the Venom Spade shovel. And for runes, you want to use Summit Seeker, Mountain Climber, Solitude, Sunblessed, and Abyssal, and Purity. Now this graph I'm showing you right here is the best size look hybrid museum and build in the game currently. So if you do want to take a look at this picture further, then click the link in the description. Now every single item on this graph, you're going to want to get Void Torn for the museum. Now, Void Torn is actually quite hard to get. So, to get Void Torn items, museum items, minerals, you actually need the Galactic Pan and Shovel. Now, the Galactic Pan and Shovel has not been in the game for the past, I want to say 4 to 5 months now. But there is other ways you can get Void Torn items as well. You can use a shovel enchant called Void Touched, which gives you a 2% chance to get Void Torn items, or you can get these museum items inside of the Void. Now to spawn a Void, you can either head to the shop and spend Robux 225 to spawn a Void, but not everyone uses Robux. That is a lot of Robux just to spawn a 30-minute Void. So what you can do is just wait for admin abuse events, because during admin abuse events on this game, they always spawn voids. Now voids spawn 15 minutes before every single update on Saturday. So all you need to do is head to the prospecting game page and have a look on when the update is for you, because it will be in your correct time zone, and then just minus 15 minutes. And admin abuse events normally go on for around an hour. Now for the equipment you want to use, I have went and got every single equipment piece you need. I have a Diamond Venom Shank, a normal Pumpkin Lord. I have 6 otherworldly rings with Silver, Diamond, Festive, Mutations, and then 2 100% Prismatic Vortex rings. Now this build is absolutely incredible. And it's not even maxed out, because if I wanted to max this out, I would get Prismatic on every single equipment piece. But this is what I'm working with for now. So it's actually pretty good. I will be showcasing this in a little while. And with the museum, I have went and got every single item that has been suggested on this graph right here. And this is what this graph gives you. So let's have a look at the Manage Museums tab, and then we should be able to see the stats. So look and size museum. We have a dig amount of 1.25 times, a look of 2.28 times, a capacity of 1.71 times, a shake amount of 1.32 times, a shake speed of 1.12 times, and a size boost of 2.93 times. Now, the main statistics this museum is focusing on is look and size boost, but it also has quite a bit of capacity as well, so that's always good. But the look and size boost are the main features of this museum, because there is this new mission in the game called the Grand Challenge. If you've not heard of it, then it is a new end game mission they have added into the game, a new end game quest, and it is very hard to do. Like, you need 400 exotics, and then for the part 2 of this quest, you actually need 3 high weight exotics. You need a 25 kg cryonic artifact. You need a 25 kg Eternium, which is insane, by the way, and then a 50 kg Umbrite. So with this build, this is going to help you with the Grand Challenge Part 2. Because not many people know this Grand Challenge quest does have a Part 2. So after you get the 400 exotics from the Grand Challenge 1, you then have to get high-weighted exotics for the Grand Challenge 2 to be able to unlock the blueprint of the quest. Now let's take a little tour of the museum. I have got every single item from the graph, and all of my items in the museum are Voidtorn. So we have a Voidtorn Copper, 103 kg. We have Obsidian, 41. Pyrite, 92. Zircon, 35. Rock Candy, 97. Smoky Quartz, 27. And then if we move over to our rares and epics, we have a Candy Cane, 56 kg. I should probably mention the Candy Cane. So the Candy Cane was around during the Christmas event, but the Christmas event is no longer here. But it is still possible to get a Voidtorn Candy Cane. You just need to get lucky inside of the void. So when someone spawns a void, or you buy a void yourself, if you do have the Robux, then there is a chance there is a candy cane inside of that void. Because if you didn't know, the void items are always random. So to get a candy cane is actually still possible. And then we have a Peridot 34. We have a Silver Clamshell 31. Emerald 32. Bone 80. Osmium 108. Then we have Diamond 21. Fire Opal 34. Cinnabar 38. But with the Cinnabar, you can use a Volcanic Key as well, because they do exactly the same size boost. And then we have Prismara, 23 kg, Pinite, 85, and then last but not least, a Pumpkin Soul at 66. But with the Pumpkin Soul, you can no longer get this in the game, so you can just get a high-weighted Bloodstone. Now, you might be wondering what kgs you need for the maximum stats inside of the museum. So the minimum kg for your materials are as follows. So on this grid is every single item in the game and what kg you need for the maximum stats, the minimum kg of the item. So to get this museum build, you will need to use a size boost build. Now, I have highlighted in this grid every single item you need to make this look and size museum in red. So every item that's highlighted in red, you need to get. Now, you might notice that there is 4 options in Legendary. That's because the Volcanic Key and the Cinnabar do the exact same thing. So just get either one of them. And then with the exotic as well, there's the Bloodstone or the Pumpkin Soul, depending on how long you've been playing this game. So either one of them will work. But all the rest of the items you need to get at that kg for this museum to work. Now, if you want to look at this graph further, then I will also leave a link to this in the description. So take a look, you can download it, save it, share it, whatever, I really don't mind. But I just want to say a quick shout out to the people that actually made this grid, because I didn't make it myself. I'm borrowing this from the Prospecting Discord to show everyone here today. So big shout out to the people that have made this, and then shout out to Carmen for keeping it updated recently. So this graph is actually very useful. So what you want to do is take a look at this graph, Prismara, Pineite, Diamond, Fire, Opal, and then what you need to do is take a look at this graph and see what kg you need minimum for the maximum statistics. So they are both of the graphs I am showing today. Now you probably want to see what kind of stats this build and museum is giving me, so let's take a look in the settings and go over to stats. So right now there is no meteor shower, I don't have a gingerbread cookie or an ambrosia potion running, so it's not the maximum base stats you can get, but these are the stats currently. I have a look of 25,000 base, I have a dig strength of 794, a capacity of 2,888, but that does improve in luminant totems and with cookies as well, because if you are using the candy cane shovel, then you will get cookies happen. And then I have a dig speed of 276%, a toughness of 8 because I'm using the candy cane shovel, a shake strength of 162, an inventory size of 969 because inventory size doesn't really matter with this build. Shake speed of 476%. That is absolutely insane, by the way. A shake speed of 476. Efficiency 1.2. A cell boost of 315. So this build is also very good to make money. I have a size boost of 1,526. But when a cookie happens for 30 seconds, that does go up to 2,000. And then I have a walk speed of 9.5. So these are the total stats for this build without totems, without meteor showers, and without certain potions. Like, these are basically the base stats. So that is pretty good. So when a cookie happens, I have like 50,000 luck inside of totems with 2,000 size boost. Now 2,000 size boost will be more than enough for the Grand Challenge Part 2 to get the ores that you need. The Umbrite, the Eternium, and the... oh, what's the last one? Oh yeah, the Cryonic Artifact. So you need the Cryonic Artifact at 25 kg, you need the Umbrite at 50 kg, and then the Eternium at 25 kg as well. Now that's enough waffling, let's go and see what this build can do. So what we're going to do is head down into the Abyssal Depths because I am still looking for the Umbrite that I need for the quest. So we're going to put down some totems over here. This looks like a good spot. So I'm going to go Strength Totem, Luck Totem, Luminant Totem, and then this is something to mention as well. Solar Magnifiers. Now Solar Magnifiers are absolutely amazing. Solar Magnifiers basically allow you to get even more sized items inside of this circle. So this Solar Magnifier spawns a modifier chance plus size circle for 10 minutes. And during this 10 minutes, your size goes up tremendously. Now this build is a 2-hit fill on the pan when you don't have a cookie. Oh, I need to remember how to manual dig because all I do now is auto pan. I don't know if you guys do the same, but this is what this build looks like. Now I'm not using a blitz potion or a quake potion because if you didn't know, the blitz and the quake potion make your build speed up tremendously. So this is the slowest this build can be, and this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good. Now I have probably had 3 Umbrites from this build in like an hour, so to have 30,000 luck with a size boost of 1,500, and that's without a cookie, is actually very good. But when a cookie hits, watch what happens. And there it goes. Look how fast this build is now. And I have 37,900 luck. And just look at this. So if we take a look at my stats, I now have a size boost of 2,046. And just look how fast this build is with 37,000 luck. Oh, the cookie ran out. No. But when the cookie does happen, this build is actually truly insane. So if you do want to copy this build, then I highly suggest doing so because it's going to be very useful to complete the Grand Challenge Part 2. Or if you just want to hunt exotics or mythics easily with a decent amount of size boost, then this build also works. Now this build could actually be a lot better if I did prismatic mutate all of my equipment as well, but I just haven't got round to that yet. But this is what the build looks like at like a lowest level possible. Now if we add stuff like, let me go into the inventory, if we pop some cookies, so let's do 20 minutes of cookies, and then if we go into the shop and watch the ad, and then we get a 1.5 times luck boost. Oh, it's a Valorant ad. Now that ad is done, and we now have a luck of 37,900 without a cookie. So when a cookie drops, we should have close to like 45,000. And this is without Numi's Blessing or Blizzard as well, or admin abuse. And there's a cookie. 44,250 luck with a 5,000 capacity and 2,000 size boost. Like, you just can't complain. They are insane stats. They really are. Now, what you can do as well, if you do want more cookie time, you can head to your pans and actually swap out the Blightflow pan for the gingerbread pan. And then the build looks a bit like this. So you get 4,990 capacity. So basically the same capacity when a cookie drops. You do get a tiny bit less luck, but you do get a lot more cookies. Like a lot more when you have the pan and the shovel both equipped. So I don't know which one I prefer. Do I get less size boost? Let's have a look. So I go into stats. Yes, I do. I get around 100, maybe 200 less size boost. I think it's 200 less size boost than normal, but I get more cookies. So you can work out which one you think is better. More cookies or more size boost. I suppose it also depends what you're hunting as well. Now, if you are wondering what this build looks like in auto pan mode, it looks a bit like this. So I'm going to show you just a few pans on what it looks like. So I am like 3 hitting the pan now instead of 2 hitting the pan, which is a little bit annoying, but this ain't like an AFK build. You can still auto pan with it though. Like I auto pan with this like all the time recently, and it still works pretty good. Like I've not actually manually dug with this build until today. So I actually never knew that it was a 2 hit. I always thought it was like a 2 1/4. So I've now shown you what this build does, what it looks like, what you need to make it for the museum and equipment, and that is it. That is your full guide on the size and look museum. Now if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and if you really enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll be back soon with your prospecting content. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.